We are your home theater and AV questions answered. This is AVRant. Want your home theater or AV question answered by Tom and Rob? Send it to question@avrant.com. Welcome to AVRant. I'm Tom Andry, and I'm here with
Rob H.
Christian. First off, Christian has altered the way he uses Googles. These days, whenever he's looking for something home theater related, he puts AVRant in front of whatever subject he's searching, and our YouTube videos often pop up right away, which he finds very helpful. So good, thank you.
That's a nice
Glad
tip.
somebody's using them.
Yeah.
Everybody else should start doing that. Second, he really lucked out. He lives in a duplex, but his neighbor is also into home theater, which means no noise complaints. They're actually becoming quite good friends thanks to this shared interest.
That was nice.
Which also means a little bit of rivalry. So Christian wants to know, are his neighbor's new Klipsch R15M speakers better than Christian's EMP Tech R5BIs? So according to the specs, the R15Ms, the Klipsch's are more sensitive, have higher peak power handling, and slightly higher frequency response. And they weigh more. Christian got to hear him at his neighbor's place, but he wasn't sure what he thought about them. Maybe he's just biased because of his own EMP techs, or maybe it was his neighbor's receiver settings with all speakers set to large and seemingly random distances and trim levels. But should Christian be envious, or should his neighbor be envious of the EMP techs? This is serious, important stuff, you know. That last line, I had to read that. I was on there. I wouldn't have said that because that's a terrible line. Yeah, this is, you should treat your neighbor, regardless of whether or not he's got better speakers than you. You should treat your neighbor like he has ugly children. You should always treat him that way, and just politely and cordially and agreeably reaffirm everything he says, because he's your neighbor, and if you don't, it could really escalate out of control. You've seen the movies, right? How these things get out of control. Believe me, you don't want this to happen. You're in a good situation here, sir. That being said, I think your speakers are better. So that's just what I think.
I mean, I have my preference. I would prefer your EMP techs. Now, are they better? I mean, that's a very hard thing to, truly quantify. I would say the Klipsch speakers have their own distinct sound. I wouldn't call it completely objectively accurate to the. Like I said, I follow the instructions, and I think they change the instructions a little bit. However, what I think is really nice in this situation is I would be a little bit surprised if you were to listen to his Klipsch speakers and then go listen to your EMP techs and hear no difference whatsoever. That would surprise me. I think both of you will agree that there are differences, and you might say there are aspects of his speakers that I actually prefer to the EMP techs, and he might say there are aspects of your EMP techs that he prefers over his Klipsch speakers. That would be a very fair thing. Or you might just say, I like my EMP techs better, and full stop. Which would probably be my opinion. Let me set your mind at ease, Christian.
Yes.
I would not personally say that his Klipsch speakers are better, just full stop better, than your EMP techs. I would not say that. That was your question. And I would say no. There.
Yes. That being said, putting this all into context here, I don't know when you say he's got, random distance and trim levels. And all that
Christian
stuff.
let us know during the Hangout after party. The neighbor has children. The children like to get into the settings and play with them sometimes. So he had his center speaker set to 30 feet away, and front, left, right speaker set to 0 feet away or 1 foot or whatever the minimum was.
All right, well, at the very least, you can help your friend out and teach him how to lock his receiver. All receivers for the last 10 years have had lock setting options. Yeah. So you can teach him that. You could also help him set up his speakers, because his speakers are bookshelf speakers and they should not be set to large. Nope. And he should be crossing them over into a dual subwoofers. And I would not really worry about whether or not you're and if he's listening to this too, there's nothing wrong with his speakers. He's got perfectly fine speakers. I mean, I do not begrudge him, and if he loves them, that's even better, because when it comes down to is you have to like your speakers. There are plenty
of reasons to like those speakers.
Yeah, absolutely.
So.
And there's plenty of reasons to like your speakers. That's right. There's reasons why I prefer yours over his, and that's okay. and there's reason for him to prefer yours. But where you can really do some real emotional damage at this point is you need to get into a subwoofer war, sir. That's what you need to get into. You need to get into who's got more bass, and then start. That's where you can really start objectively saying
behind the scenes knowledge on this, and we know that everybody on this who's listening to the podcast know Christian has dual PB1000 SVS subwoofers, and those are objectively in every way better than the subwoofers that his neighbor has.
I didn't know that. I missed that part of the conversation. I cut out early last week or whatever the week was.
That is just completely the case.
Okay. So, well, then there you go. You're winning.
Yeah.
You can say he can let him talk about his speakers, how great they are. Yeah. Yeah, but I got two SVS subs.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Whatever. You could have your clip speakers. I don't know. This is good. It's just fun. Make it friendly. That's all I have to say. Make it friendly.
And this was all very tongue in cheek, of course.
Yeah, of course. Want your question answered? Send it to question@avrant.com. This is AVRant.
Now go out and listen to something.